Remember the Mazda Kawaru concept that made its debut at the 2015 Frankfurt Motor Show? The company described it as its latest venture into the growing crossover SUV market and confirmed there will be a production version of it before the show was over. Well, it turns out that the new model will hit the market sooner than expected. Unlike other upcoming models that usually hit the streets as camouflaged prototypes, the crossover was first spotted in production-ready form somewhere in Asia. It happened in 2015, and in early 2016 Mazda confirmed it will be called the CX-4. Come 2016 and Mazda's latest people hauler made its debut at the Beijing Auto Show. Developed to exceed existing categories and stereotypes, the CX-4 bridges the gap between the Mazda 3 and CX-5. About the same size as the CX-5, the CX-4 is not only a bigger proposition to the car-based CX-3, but also a sportier, coupe-like one. Unfortunately, there is no word whether this new crossover will be sold globally or offered just in China, but the fact that it was launched at the Beijing Auto Show could mean that its main focus is the world's largest automobile market. But until we find out more about its role in Mazda's global lineup, let's have a closer look at what it has to offer. Exterior. The first official photos confirm what we already knew about the CX-4 ever since the first prototype was spotted in Asia. The CX-4 features the same Koto-styled front end with the massive, shield-shaped grille and sculpted engine hood. It also sports the Kawaru's grille frame that extends into the headlamps, a design feature not available on other Mazda vehicles. Interestingly enough, the model showcased by the company in Beijing is a blacked-out chrome grille instead of the usual shiny trim, which gives the crossover a sportier appearance. Around back, the CX-4 received most of the Kawaru's features, but Mazda reworked them into more production-friendly designs. The taillights are larger, and the chrome strip between them is thicker, while the exhaust pipes are no longer integrated into the bumper and pop out closer to the ground. Likewise, the lower tailgate has a smoother design, the windscreen is taller, and the bumper has a more utilitarian appearance. Surprisingly enough, the Kawaru's sporty profile was transferred nearly unaltered onto the CX-4. Sure, the roof sits higher, the door handles have a standard design, and the wheels aren't as fancy as the concepts, but the coupe-like design and the blacked-out B and C pillars are still there. Nice work, Mazda. As far as size goes, the CX-4 is 4,633 mm, 182.4 inches long, 1,840 mm, 72.4 inches wide, and has a 2,700 mm, 106.2 inch long wheelbase. The wheelbase and width are identical to the CX-5, while the overhangs make it 93 mm, 3.6 inches longer. Technically, the CX-4 is to the CX-5 what the BMW X6 is to the X5. Interior. Mazda gave us a good look at the CX-4's interior before its debut, and it seems like nothing changed since then. Not surprisingly, the CX-4's cabin isn't as fancy as the Kawaru's, but more in line with what we already saw in the CX-5. The center stack layout is pretty much the same, with an infotainment screen above the rectangular A/C vents and all the knobs and buttons below. However, the touchscreen is a freestanding type unit, whereas the CX-5 has it integrated into the center stack. The center console and the steering wheel seem to be almost identical to the CX-5. The photos suggest that the CX-4 will come with plenty of premium features on the inside, including aluminum inserts, leather, contrast stitching, and a good overall fit and finish, but Mazda has yet to release actual details about its amenities. As far as comfort goes, the coupe configuration will make the CX-4 less roomier than the CX-5. However, the production model won't be as crammed in the rear as the Kawaru concept thanks to its taller glasshouse. Also, the bigger rear windscreen should provide improved visibility. Drivetrain as expected, the CX-4 received the exact same engines as the CX-5. There is no specific information on output, but the latter comes with a 2.0-liter ski-active unit rated at 155 horsepower and 150 pound-feet of torque in entry-level guise, and a more powerful 2.5-liter ski-active with 184 horsepower and 185 pound-feet of twist in range-topping trim. Chances are the CX-4 will hit dealerships in the same specifications. Should the crossover go global, certain markets will also get the 2.2-liter diesel with 147 horsepower and 280 pound-feet, or 173 horses and 310 pound-feet. Mazda did confirm that transmission choices include a 6-speed manual and a 6-speed automatic, and that the version with the 2.5-liter engine will also feature all-wheel drive. As for fuel economy, the Japanese say that the 2.0-liter with the manual will need 6.4 liters of fuel for 100 kilometers, while the same unit with the automatic will sip 6.3 liters per 100 kilometers. The 2.5-liter engine with the 6-speed automatic will have a fuel consumption of 7.2 liters for each 100 kilometers with I-loop and 7.3 liters without. All figures are for the combined cycle. Other details are very limited, but Mazda did say that the CX-4 comes with McPherson struts up front and a multi-link system to the rear, rack and pinion steering, and ventilated front discs and solid rear discs. Prices: there's no pricing information as of this writing, but the CX-4 will probably cost as much as the CX-5, if not a bit more. For the 2016 model year, the CX-5 retails from $21,795